You thought you'd seen it all from NBA Youngboy? The shootouts on IG Live, the jail calls that broke the internet, the endless beefs, the babies, the chains, the tears. But what dropped on the internet at 3:17 a.m. last night has everybody questioning everything they thought they knew about Kentrell Gowden. Raw, shaky cell phone footage. Dark alley. Baton Rouge humidity so thick you can almost smell it through the screen. A silhouette most die-hard fans would recognize in their sleep. That signature lean, that bounce in the step even when he's walking slow. Then the flash. Not lightning. Muzzle flash. 1, 2, 3, 4. Screams cut off mid-breath. Bodies drop like they were never standing. The camera jerks. Whoever was filming is running now, breathing so hard the audio clips. And right before the video cuts to black, you hear it. Clear as day. Tell 'em Youngboy sent you. The clip is only 17 seconds long, but it's already at 47 million views. Twitter is on fire. Reddit threads are locked within minutes. TikTok is flooded with slow-mo breakdowns, frame by frame, proof, conspiracy stitches, and grown men crying in their cars saying, "He wouldn't do this, not like this." But the worst part? The clearest part? In the final frame, before the screen goes black, the person holding the gun turns just enough, and the streetlight catches his face. It's him. No mask, no hoodie pulled low, no blurry pixelation. Kentrell Deshaun Gowden's eyes staring straight into the lens like he knew the world was watching. Is this career suicide? Is this a deepfake masterpiece designed to destroy him? Or did the most streamed rapper alive just throw his whole life into the fire, on camera? The internet has never been this divided. Families are fighting in group chats, lawyers are already on speed dial, and somewhere in Baton Rouge, someone is either hiding for their life, or preparing to turn themselves in. Buckle up, because what comes next is about to change hip-hop forever. Stay right here, we're just getting started. The video cuts from that chilling final frame straight into chaos. Within hours of the leak, every major blog, every gossip page, every hip-hop news outlet is blasting the same headline. New footage of NBA Youngboy killing people goes mega viral. But this isn't just another blurry clip from the streets. This one feels different. This one has faces. This one has sound. This one has a voice that sounds exactly like the one we've heard on every hit record for the past 6 years. Fans flood the comments under the original upload. Some are screaming, "Fake as hell, deepfake eye bullshit." Others are typing in all caps, "He finally snapped, y'all knew this day was coming." One verified account with 2.1 million followers simply posts a single emoji, the skull. It gets 400k likes in under an hour. Twitter trends explode. Hashtag Youngboy arrested shoots to #1 worldwide. Hashtag Protect Kentrell is battling it out at #3. People are duetting the clip, slowing it down, zooming in on the jawline, the chain, the way the gun recoils like he's done this before. Inside the Gowden family compound, things are already falling apart. Kentrell's mother, Shirhonda, is said to have locked herself in her room, refusing to speak to anyone. Sources close to the family say she watched the video once, dropped her phone, and started praying out loud in tongues. His sister Teely, always the one who tried to keep things calm online, goes live for exactly 47 seconds. She's crying so hard the words barely come out. "Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Stop. Just stop. He ain't like that. Please." The live ends abruptly. No explanation. Comments disabled. Meanwhile, in Baton Rouge, the streets are buzzing different. Older heads who remember when Kentrell was just a skinny kid freestyling at the park are whispering that this ain't the first time his name got tied to something heavy, but never like this. Never with his face in HD under a streetlight. Youngins are riding around blasting. Make no sense, like it's a war cry, windows down, daring anybody to say something. One viral video shows a group of teens in front of the courthouse holding signs that read, "Free YB, he innocent," right next to another group with shirts that say, "Justice for the victims." Back online, the theories start pouring in faster than Atlantis can drop disses. One popular YouTuber with 3 million subs uploads a 2-hour breakdown titled, "Youngboy Caught Lacking or Set Up?" Full forensic analysis. He pauses every 3 seconds, draws red circles around the shooter's wrist, claims the tattoo doesn't match Kentrell's known ink from 2024. Look at the fade on this line right here. Eve's Rose faded years ago. This one fresh. Somebody wearing a prosthetic, or this is I. Views hit 10 million overnight. But then another channel counters with side-by-side photos from Kentrell's last IG post just 3 days earlier. Same chain, same exact cross pendant, same slight tilt to the head when he's focused. The internet splits right down the middle. Kentrell's manager, who rarely speaks publicly, drops a cryptic tweet at 4:42 a.m. Truth gone shine. Sit tight. It gets quote tweeted over 1 million times. Some fans read hope into it. Others read guilt. One reply stands out because it's from a blue check account nobody recognizes. It just says, "Ask Tamor." Tamor being Kentrell's oldest son's mother. The comment gets buried under thousands, but screenshots spread like wildfire. By sunrise, the FBI field office in New Orleans is reportedly getting flooded with tips. Anonymous callers claiming they know the alley, claiming they saw the car peel out, claiming they heard 4 distinct pops and then tires screeching. Local news crews set up live shots outside Kentrell's known residences. One reporter stands in front of a gated driveway saying, "Sources tell us law enforcement has executed a search warrant at this location within the last hour." The camera pans to black SUVs with tinted windows. No confirmation, no denial, just tension thick enough to choke on. Inside the music industry, the silence is deafening at first, then the texts start flying. One NR from a major label leaks to a group chat. "If this real, his next album just became a postmortem classic. Streams Buddha go nuclear." Another exec replies, "Or his label drops him by lunch." Artists start posting cryptic stories. Lil Durk throws up a black screen with white text. "Prayers up for the city." NBA Ben 10, one of Youngboy's closest affiliates, posts a photo of an empty studio chair with the caption, "We missin' one." It's liked by every top rapper from 21 Savage to Future in under 10 minutes. But the real bomb drops around noon when a second angle surfaces. This one supposedly from a Ring camera across the street. Grainy but clear enough. Same night, same time stamp, 4 flashes, same silhouettes dropping. But in this version, right after the last shot, the shooter doesn't walk away immediately. He kneels. He places something on one of the bodies. The footage is too dark to make out what it is, but Zoom enthusiasts swear it's a chain. The same chain Kentrell wore in every picture since his release. The clip ends with the figure standing back up, looking directly at the camera again, almost like a taunt. Now the narrative shifts hard. This isn't just murder caught on tape. This is a message. This is personal. Fans start digging into who the victims might be. Names start floating. 2 known associates from a rival set, 1 civilian who was just in the wrong place, and whispers of a 4th body that hasn't been identified yet. Social media detectives link old tweets, old beefs, old IG lives where Kentrell threatened to handle business if certain lines were crossed. Emotions run so high that fistfights break out at a gas station in Baton Rouge after one guy calls another snitch for doubting the footage. Videos of the scuffle go viral with captions like, "This what YB started." The divide grows deeper. Loyal fans call it a setup by haters, by the industry, by the government trying to silence the voice of the trenches. Doubters say the evidence is too clean, too perfect, too damning. Kentrell himself stays ghost. No statement, no IG story, no Twitter rant, nothing. His last post is still a simple selfie from 3 days ago, captioned, "Still healing." The contrast between that soft smile and the cold stare in the alley footage is what breaks people the most. Mothers in the comments section are writing essays about how he's still somebody's baby, how the system failed him, how trauma created this monster if it's real. Others are typing, "He chose this life. Own it." As the day drags on, the clip gets removed from every major platform only to reappear minutes later on backup accounts, mirror sites, Telegram channels. Each takedown fuels the fire more. By evening, it's being called the most censored video in hip-hop history. And still no arrest, no press conference, just silence from the one person whose voice everyone needs to hear right now. The family remains fractured. Shirhanda finally speaks through a family friend who reads a short statement outside their home. "My son is innocent until proven guilty. We ask for privacy and prayers." But even that feels hollow because minutes later Teely posts a photo of her and Kentrell as kids with the caption, "He was always protecting us." Fans read it as confirmation. Skeptics read it as deflection. And just when it seems like the story can't get any wilder, a new leak hits at 11:19 p.m. audio only this time. A phone call, distorted voices, but one is unmistakable. It's Kentrell. The call is short, less than 30 seconds. He's breathing heavy. "I did what I had to do. They came for mine first." The other voice, female, is crying, "You gotta turn yourself in, baby. Please." Click. The line goes dead. The audio spreads faster than the video ever did. Now it's not just about what people saw. It's about what he allegedly said. The internet loses its mind all over again. That audio leak hits like a grenade in the middle of an already burning room. Within minutes the clip is everywhere. Twitter Spaces popping off with thousands listening live, people arguing, screaming, crying all at once. One popular streamer pulls up the audio, plays it slowed down, pitched up, reversed, forward, backward, trying to find hidden messages. Listen right here at 014, he says, they came for mine first. Who's they? Who's mine? This ain't random, this is retaliation. The chat explodes with theories. Some say it's about the ongoing beef with that New Orleans crew that's been throwing shots since last summer. Others swear it ties back to the Utah situation, the old charges, the people who testified against him. A few even bring up names from his inner circle, saying maybe one of his own turned snake and this was payback. The female voice on the call becomes the new obsession. Everyone's running vocal comparisons, side by sides with old IG lives, old interviews, old unreleased snippets. Most land on it being one of the baby mamas, probably the one who's always been the most vocal about protecting him. Screenshots of old texts start circulating where she allegedly begged him to leave that life alone months ago. Fans are tearing each other apart in the replies. She knew, she stayed, that makes her complicit. Versus, she's ride or die, y'all wouldn't understand real love. The divide gets uglier by the hour. Meanwhile, Baton Rouge PD holds a press conference at 2 p.m. The chief stands at the podium, flanked by FBI agents looking stone-faced. He confirms, an investigation is active and ongoing into a multiple homicide that occurred late last night in the 1400 block of North 38th Street. He won't name victims, won't confirm footage, won't even say if a suspect has been identified. But when a reporter shouts, "Is NBA Youngboy a person of interest?" the chief pauses just long enough for the silence to feel like an answer, then says, "We are following all leads and asking anyone with information to come forward." No denial. No, this is fake. Just that heavy loaded pause. The clip of that moment gets stitched into every reaction video going. Back at the family house, things boil over for real. Teely, who'd been holding it together, cracks. She goes live again, this time from her car parked blocks away from home, mascara streaking down her face. Y'all keep saying he did it like y'all was there. Y'all don't know what he been through. What we all been through. They've been trying to take him down since he was 16. This the biggest setup I ever seen. She starts naming names, old ops, industry plants, even a couple producers who she claims turned on him when the checks got bigger. The live gets reported and taken down in under 5 minutes, but not before 500,000 people watch. Clips live on forever. Shirhanda finally comes out, not to the press but to her own Facebook, where she posts a long typed message in all caps mixed with lowercase, like she was shaking while writing. "My baby didn't do this. God knows his heart. He been fighting demons since he was little. The devil stay busy but God bigger. Stop speaking death over my child. Pray for him. Pray for the families hurting. But know my son innocent." She attaches a childhood photo of Kentrell smiling, gap-toothed, holding a toy gun. The irony hits like a slap. Comments flood in, half support, half attack. One viral reply reads, "Toy gun then real gun." Full circle. By late afternoon, the alleged victims start getting named in blogs and forums. First two are confirmed as members of a set that's been clashing with Youngboy's people for years. The third is a 23-year-old woman who was apparently walking home from work. Wrong place, wrong time. The fourth body still John Doe, no name released. Rumors say he was the main target, someone who supposedly snitched in a previous case. Detectives are supposedly combing through old court docs, old wiretaps, old music lyrics looking for clues. One blog post claims lyrics from an unreleased track leaked last month had lines like, "Catch him in the cut, 4 knocks he done." Fans are screenshotting it, saying it's proof it was premeditated. Others say it's just rap bars y'all reaching. Kentrell's label 4 Knots finally breaks silence with a short Instagram post. Black background, white text. "We stand with Kentrell. Due process. Truth will prevail." No further comment at this time. It's liked by every artist signed to them, but the bigger names in the game stay quiet. No big co-signs, no free YB from the A-listers yet. Some insiders say they're waiting to see if an arrest happens before they risk their own brands. Others say they already know more than they're letting on, and the quiet is deafening for a reason. Night falls and a new twist drops that flips everything again. A supposed eyewitness comes forward on a small Baton Rouge news station. Young dude, maybe 19, hoodie up, face blurred, voice change. He says he was across the street smoking when it happened. "I seen the dude walk up. Wasn't no mask. Light hit his face clear as day. But it wasn't Youngboy. Same height, same build, but the walk different. Youngboy got that lil limp from the old injury. This dude was smooth, no limp. And the gun, he held it wrong. 2 hands close to the chest like training video, not street style. I think somebody dressed like him. Wanted it to look like him. The interview gets picked up nationally within the hour. Now the narrative splits into 3 camps. He did it, he got set up, or it's a body double hit to frame him. Social media erupts into the biggest detective game in history. People start mapping the alley, pulling Google Earth images, comparing shadows, analyzing timestamps against weather reports, moon phase, streetlight positions. One viral thread with over 200 comments claims to prove the ring cam footage was edited, frame drops don't match natural motion blur. Another thread counters with metadata showing the file was created seconds after the alleged shooting time. Experts real and fake weigh in. A digital forensics guy with credentials posts. This video shows signs of compression artifacts consistent with iPhone recording, not studio editing. Someone replies, bro could have recorded on iPhone then edited anyway. Kentrell's lawyer, the high-profile one who got him out last time, surfaces on a podcast taping late that night. He doesn't confirm or deny anything but drops hints. My client is cooperating fully. We have reason to believe this is part of a larger pattern of harassment and attempted character assassination. The truth is coming and it's going to shock a lot of people. He ends with, pray for Kentrell. Pray for the victims' families. And pray for justice, not vengeance. The clip spreads like crack. Fans take it as, he's innocent. Haters take it as, lawyer talk for guilty. As midnight hits, the audio from that phone call gets analyzed by a sound engineer on YouTube. He isolates frequencies, claims there's a faint third voice in the background. Muffled but audible if you crank the volume. It sounds like a man saying, hurry up. The engineer zooms in on spectrogram, says it matches a known associate who's been seen with Kentrell for years. Now people are asking, was Kentrell even on the phone, or was he the one in the background? Was the whole call staged? Planted? The questions pile up faster than answers. The family goes dark again. No more lives, no more posts. Just silence. But neighbors say cars have been pulling up all night, blacked out subs, tinted windows, no plates visible. Some say it's security, others say it's feds. One older lady interviewed by local news claims she saw Kentrell himself slip out the back around 3 a.m., hoodie up, duffel bag over shoulder, got into a waiting car and peeled off. She says he looked back at the house like he was saying goodbye. Whether it's true or not, the story spreads and breaks hearts all over again. By dawn, the clip count hits 200 million views across platforms. It's no longer just a video. It's a cultural earthquake. Careers are being made off breakdowns, reaction vids, conspiracy theories. Merch pops up overnight. Free YB shirts. I believe Kentrell, hoodies, even dark humor ones with the silhouette and tell Youngboy sent you. The streets are split, families divided, friendships ending over a 17-second clip and 30 seconds of audio. And still no arrest, no surrender, no Kentrell sighting. Just the echo of that last frame, his eyes locked on the lens like he's staring through every single viewer, daring them to keep watching. The world holds its breath, waiting for the next bomb to drop. Because if history taught us anything about Kentrell Gowden, when it gets this quiet it usually means something explosive is coming next. The sun barely peeks over Baton Rouge and already the city feels like it's holding its breath. Police tape flutters on North 38th like yellow caution flags, nobody heeded. Crime scene techs in white suits crawl the alley on hands and knees, swabbing shell casings, photographing blood spatter, measuring distances between bodies like it's a geometry problem instead of 4 lives erased in seconds. Local news chopper circles overhead, live feed cutting between the scene and split-screen, experts debating whether the muzzle flashes match a Glock 19 or a 40 calories. Every channel runs the same disclaimer: viewer discretion advised, footage contains graphic content, but nobody changes the channel. Inside the Gowden house, the mood has shifted from grief to siege. Black SUVs still parked crooked across the street, tinted windows reflecting flashing blue lights. Family members come and go, hoods up, heads down, dodging cameras like they're dodging bullets. One cousin slips out the side door carrying what looks like a laptop wrapped in a towel, gets into a nondescript Honda and speeds off. Minutes later, that same Honda is spotted parked behind a Walgreens on Plank Road. Rumors fly that they're wiping drives, destroying SIM cards, anything that could link back to that night. Nobody knows for sure, but the optics are terrible. Online, the audio call gets dissected like a crime scene itself. Audio engineers on TikTok upload versions with noise reduction EQ boosts, claiming they can now hear the third voice clearer. Hurry up turns into hurry up, load the clip, which turns into Hurry up, load the clip before he gets back. Conspiracy pages run with it, saying the whole thing was recorded in a studio planted to go viral right when Kentrell was supposed to drop his next single. One page with 500,000 followers posts this, the industry hitting him with the ultimate cancellation. They scared of the numbers he does without them. It gets reposted by artists who usually stay neutral. Even some bigger names start liking shady posts without commenting. The silence from the top tier starts feeling like strategy. Then at 10:47 a.m., the biggest twist yet lands like a haymaker. A fourth angle surfaces, this one supposedly from a dashcam on a parked car 2 blocks over. The video is shaky low-res night vision green tint, but it catches something nobody expected. Right after the 4 shots, the shooter doesn't just walk away. He jogs back toward the camera. For 3 full seconds his face is lit by headlights from a passing car. Zoom communities go feral. Side-by-sides flood every platform. The jawline matches. The eyes match. But the hair, it's braided different. Tighter cornrows, not the loose twists Kentrell's been rocking lately. And the chain. Same cross pendant, but the chain itself looks thicker, heavier. Fans who own replicas start posting comparisons. That ain't the 24-inch Cuban he been wearing since March. That's the backup one he only pulls out for videos. The debate rages. Body double hired lookalike, or Kentrell switching styles mid-murder to throw people off? Kentrell's probation officer from the Utah days gets dragged into the mess when an old colleague leaks to TMZ that Kentrell missed a mandatory check in 2 days before the shooting. He was supposed to be in L.A. working on music. Phone went straight to voicemail. Last known location was Baton Rouge. The article drops with the headline, NBA Youngboy violated probation hours before quadruple homicide caught on camera. It gets picked up by every outlet. Now it's not just murder, it's a federal violation too. Marshals get involved. Wanted posters start circulating unofficially with his most recent mugshot and the words, "Armed and Dangerous," in red. Fans call it fear-mongering. They do this every time he vowed to blow up bigger. Sure, Honda can't take it anymore. She steps outside the gate for the first time since the video dropped. No makeup, hair pulled back, simple black t-shirt. Cameras swarm like flies. She holds up one hand like she's stopping traffic. Her voice cracks, but she pushes through. My son is a good boy. He love his kids. He take care of his mama. Whatever y'all think y'all saw, God gone reveal the truth. But right now we hurting. Them other families hurting. Stop making this a circus. Let the police do their job. She turns to walk back inside but pauses, looks straight into one lens. And if my baby did something wrong, he gon' own it. But y'all don't get to judge him before the facts. The clip goes mega viral. People call it the most real moment of the whole saga. Others say it's damage control. Inside the 4 Knots camp, the mood is reportedly apocalyptic. One affiliate leaks to a gossip blog that Kentrell called from a burner right after the audio surfaced. He was crying, saying, "They got me mama, they really got me this time." Nobody knows where he at. Phone off. Location services disabled. The leak gets deleted in minutes, but screenshots live forever. Now fans are organizing prayer chains on IG Live, thousands joining at once, chanting his name like it's a spell to bring him home safe. Others start GoFundMes. Legal defense for Kentrell Gowden, raising 6 figures in hours before platforms shut them down for violating terms. By afternoon, the Baton Rouge PD drops another bombshell. They release stills from the ring cam, not the full video, just cropped frames. One shows the shooter kneeling, placing the object on the body. Enhanced image reveals it's not a chain. It's a photo. A printed photo folded small. Forensics supposedly lifted a partial fingerprint from the back. They won't say whose, but they confirm the print does not match the primary person of interest at this time. The internet implodes again. If it's not Kentrell's print, then whose? Did he plant evidence to frame someone else? Or did someone frame him by using his look and leaving fake evidence? Theories spiral. One goes mega viral. The whole hit was orchestrated by a rival label to tank his upcoming album rollout. The victims were chosen because they had loose ties to both sides, creating maximum chaos. The photo on the body? Supposedly a picture of Kentrell's son with a red X drawn over it. A warning: we coming for your family next. Whether true or not, the rumor spreads so fast that Child Protective Services reportedly makes a welfare check on all his kids' homes. Baby mamas go dark, socials private. One posts a single story, black screen, white text. Leave my babies out of this. As evening creeps in, another leak. This time text messages. Alleged screenshots from Kentrell's phone days before the shooting. One to an unknown contact. They crossed the line. It's personal now. 4 gone tonight. Another from the same number back. You sure? Cameras everywhere. Reply. That's the point. Let MC. The messages look real. Timestamp matches his time zone area code right. But metadata experts say the font is slightly off. iOS update changed bubble colors last month. These are old style. Fake? Leaked on purpose? Nobody knows, but the damage is done. Public opinion swings hard toward guilty. Kentrell's lawyer holds an emergency presser outside his office. Cameras everywhere. He reads a prepared statement. Mr. Gowden is currently in a secure location cooperating with authorities. He has not been arrested. He has not been charged. Any narrative suggesting otherwise is irresponsible and defamatory. We have forensic experts reviewing all circulated media. Preliminary findings indicate multiple instances of digital manipulation. We expect to release a full report within 48 hours. He refuses questions, walks back inside. The clip gets looped on every news channel. For the first time since the video dropped, there's a sliver of hope for the fans. But hope feels fragile when 4 families are planning funerals. Night comes again and Baton Rouge feels haunted. Streetlights flicker over empty corners where people used to post up. Nobody wants to be caught lacking. Young dudes ride slow past the crime scene, throwing up 4-not signs like silent tribute. Older folks sit on porches shaking heads saying, that boy was destined for this. Too much hate in his music, too much pain in his eyes. One grandma interviewed says, he sang about dying young so much maybe he just wanted to make it prophecy. And still no sign of Kentrell. No sighting, no surrender, no IG story saying, I'm good. Just the echo of gunshots in a 17-second loop playing in everybody's head. The world waits for the next leak, the next statement, the next twist, because with Kentrell Gowden the story never really ends, it just gets bloodier. The pressure cooker finally blows around 3 a.m. when every major news outlet simultaneously drops the same bombshell. NBA Youngboy has been located. Not arrested, located. Sources close to the investigation say a SWAT team rolled up on a nondescript Airbnb in the outskirts of Denham Springs, Louisiana, about 40 minutes from Baton Rouge. No raid lights, no flashbangs, just a slow, quiet surround. Negotiators on bullhorns for almost 2 hours. Then the front door opens slow. Out walks Kentrell Gowden, hands up, no shirt, sweatpants, flip-flops. Hair wild, eyes red like he hadn't slept in days. He drops to his knees right there on the porch grass. Agents swarm, cuff him gentle, almost like they're handling something fragile. Bodycam footage leaks within the hour, grainy but unmistakable. He doesn't resist, doesn't speak, just stares at the ground while they read him his rights. One agent says, "You good?" Kentrell nods once barely. The clip ends with him being placed in the back of an unmarked Tahoe. Door shuts. Tail lights disappear into the dark. The internet detonates. Twitter crashes for 12 minutes worldwide. Hashtag Youngboy arrested hits 1 billion impressions in under 4 hours. Fans flood the streets outside the Baton Rouge jail chanting his name, lighting candles, holding signs that read, "We still believe," and "Free the GOAT." Counter-protests form, 2 smaller but loud signs saying, "Justice for the 4," and "No more excuses." Police form lines, keep the groups separated. Somebody throws a bottle. Tear gas follows. Live streams capture the whole mess. It looks like a war zone for a rapper. Inside the holding cell, Kentrell reportedly asks for one thing, a Bible. Guards say he sat on the bench flipping pages, lips moving, no sound. His lawyer arrives before sunrise, files emergency motions, everything from improper search to chain of custody issues on the videos. But the feds already moved fast. They execute warrants on multiple properties, seize laptops, phones, hard drives, even a PS5. Somebody joked. They trying to see if he was playing Call of Duty when it happened. Forensics teams work around the clock, comparing DNA from the cigarette butt found near the alley to samples taken during booking. Preliminary results leak by noon. No match. The cigarette wasn't his. Fans seize on it like it's the golden ticket. Told y'all set up, but then the prosecution drops their first public filing. It's a mountain of evidence. Cell phone pings place Kentrell's primary device in the vicinity of the alley from 2:48 a.m. to 3:12 a.m. the night of the shooting. They have GPS data from his truck showing it parked 2 blocks over. Witnesses, not just the blurry one from the news, multiple. 3 separate people claim they saw him walking away from the scene, hoodie up but recognizable because of the distinctive chain glinting under the light. One claims he heard him mutter, "That's for my brother," before disappearing into the shadows. The photo left on the body? Forensics enhances it. It's a picture of Kentrell at 16 in court for his first big case. Red X drawn over his face. Message clear. This ends here. The bail hearing gets set for the next morning. Courtroom packed. Overflow room streaming live. Judge, a no-nonsense woman in her 60s, looks over her glasses at Kentrell sitting in orange jumpsuit, head bowed. Prosecutor lays it out cold. 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of use of a firearm in commission of a violent crime, multiple enhancements for gang affiliation. She plays the 17-second clip on the courtroom screen. Sound fills the room. Gasps. A baby mama in the back starts sobbing loud enough to echo. Kentrell doesn't look up, just stares at his hands. Defense attorney counters hard. This is a rush to judgment. Digital manipulation is rampant. My client has alibis we are prepared to present. The state has overreached. Judge sets bail at 10 million cash or 20 million bond. Nobody blinks. Too high even for him. He's remanded back to custody. As deputies lead him out, he finally lifts his head, looks into the gallery where his mother sits front row. Their eyes lock. She mouths, "I love you." He nods, once tears streaming now. The moment gets captured on courtroom sketch artist drawings that go viral instantly. Back online, the reaction is biblical. Fans start GoFundMes again, this time for Kentrell Gowden Defense Fund. Millions pour in before GoFundMe freezes the accounts pending review. Artists finally speak. Lil Baby posts, "Free YB, real talk, he been through too much." Gunna drops a subtle story black heart emoji. Even Meek Mill, who's had his own beefs, tweets, "Justice system different for us. Pray for that boy." But the silence from some quarters speaks louder. No post from Drake, no Future, number 21. Like they're all watching from a distance, waiting to see which way the wind blows. Inside jail, Kentrell reportedly makes his first call collect to Shurhanda. Guards overhear snippets. "Mama, I ain't do it. They got me on some old shit mixed with new. I was there but not like that." She cries on the other end. "Just tell the truth, baby. God got us." He says, "I love you. Tell the kids I'm coming home." Line cuts. The call gets leaked somehow, audio distorted but voices clear. Fans dissect every word. "He said he was there but not like that. Means he witnessed, not shooter." Others hear guilt. "He admitted being at the scene." Days blur into pretrial motions. Defense files to suppress the videos, claiming chain of custody broken, multiple uploads, tampered metadata inconsistencies. Prosecution counters with expert testimony from NIST-certified digital analysts who swear the original files are authentic, timestamped, unaltered. They introduce ballistics. 4 casings recovered, all from the same ghost gun, no serial. But rifling marks match a weapon seized from a known 4-Knots affiliate's house 2 weeks earlier. Link thin but enough for the judge to deny suppression. Then the bombshell witness. The female voice from the audio call. She turns herself in, not as a suspect, as a cooperating witness. Her name leaks. One of the lesser-known baby mamas. She claims Kentrell called her right after the shooting, frantic. He said, "I had to do it, they was coming for the kids. I begged him to run. He wouldn't listen." She produces texts from that night matching the screenshots that circulated earlier. Defense screams coercion, entrapment. Prosecution says it's a slam dunk. Motive: revenge for threats against his family. Means the gun, the opportunity, the videos. Public opinion fractures deeper. Some fans start turning. If he did it for his kids, that's still murder. Others double down. He protected his blood. That's real. Family stays loyal. Shurhanda does a sit-down interview with a local station. Eyes swollen but voice steady. "My son made mistakes. We all have. But this ain't him. Somebody wants him gone. Industry feds ops, all of them." She breaks down when asked about the kids. "They ask for daddy every night. What do I tell them?" As the trial date looms, leaks slow to a trickle. Both sides playing chess now. Kentrell reportedly loses weight in county, beard growing out. He starts writing. Pages and pages. Lawyers say it's lyrics. Others say it's a confession. Nobody knows. But one thing is certain. The 17 seconds that started it all now feel like the opening scene of a movie nobody wanted to star in. The courtroom circus builds. Media trucks line the streets, vendors sell bootleg, free YB shirts outside. Protesters clash daily. Baton Rouge feels like a powder keg. And in the center of it all sits Kentrell Gowden, waiting for his day in court. Waiting for the truth, whatever it is, to finally come out. But deep down everybody knows one thing. No matter what the verdict says, this story already changed everything. Hip-hop lost its most unpredictable voice. The streets lost another soldier. And the families lost 4 lives that can never come back. The gavel hasn't fallen yet. But when it does, the echo will be felt for years. The trial kicks off 6 months later in a Baton Rouge courtroom packed tighter than a sold-out show. Metal detectors beeping every 2 seconds, protesters chanting outside, windows fogged from the heat of bodies pressed against the glass. Inside, the air is thick with tension and cheap cologne. Cantrell sits at the defense table in a plain gray suit that hangs loose on his thinner frame. Beard trimmed neat now, eyes sharp but tired like a man who's aged 10 years in county. He doesn't look at the jury much, just stares straight ahead like he's reading lyrics in his head. Opening statements hit like opening bars. Prosecutor, a tall woman with a voice that cuts glass, stands at the podium. On the night of June 17, 2025, 4 lives were taken in cold blood in an alley off North 38th Street. The defendant, Kentrell Gowden, better known as NBA Youngboy, walked up, fired 4 shots, and left 4 bodies on the ground. He did not run. He did not hide. He looked directly into a camera and made sure the world saw. This was not impulse. This was execution. This was revenge, and we will prove it beyond any shadow of doubt. She plays the 17-second clip again. Courtroom speakers make the gunshots echo louder than they did online. Jurors flinch, some cover mouths, others lean forward, eyes wide. When the shooter turns to the lens, prosecutor pauses the frame. That is the defendant's face. Those are his eyes. That is his chain. That is his walk. No deepfake. No body double. Just murder caught in 4K. Defense attorney, a slick veteran from New Orleans with salt and pepper hair and a southern drawl that makes everything sound reasonable, stands up slow. Ladies and gentlemen, the state wants you to believe 17 seconds tell the whole story. But 17 seconds can be edited, cropped, manipulated, sped up, slowed down. They want you to see what they want you to see. My client was in Baton Rouge that night, yes. He was near that alley, yes. But he did not pull the trigger. Someone wanted it to look like he did. Someone with motive, someone with means, someone who benefits from Kentrell Gowden being locked away forever. We will show you the cracks in their case. We will show you reasonable doubt. And when the smoke clears, you will see the truth. Kentrell Gowden is innocent of these charges. First witness up is the ring cam owner, a nervous middle-aged man who swears the footage is untouched. I checked it the next morning. Sent it straight to the police. Didn't edit, nothing. Defense cross-examines hard. You ever upload to cloud? Ever share the password? Man stammers. Yeah, cloud, but nobody else got access. Defense smiles thin. Cloud services get hacked every day, sir. You aware of that? Man shrugs. Seed of doubt planted. Then comes the baby mama. She takes the stand in a simple black dress, hair pulled back, no makeup. Eyes swollen like she cried the whole drive over. Prosecutor walks her through the call. What did Mr. Gowden say to you that night? She swallows hard. He said, I had to do it. They was coming for the kids. I couldn't let that happen. Gasps ripple through the gallery. Sherhonda in the front row grips the bench so tight her knuckles go white. Baby mama continues. I begged him to turn himself in. He said, not yet. I gotta make sure they safe first. Prosecutor plays the audio again. Matches word for word. Jury looks sick. Cross-examination hits different. Defense asks soft at first. You and Kentrell have a child together, correct? She nods. And you've had disagreements in the past about custody money, visitation? She hesitates. Yeah, some. Defense leans in. And you're currently in a custody battle with him right now, aren't you? She looks down. Yes. Defense voice rises just enough. So if he's convicted, you get full custody, no child support battle, no more fights, correct? She whispers. I guess. Defense lets it hang. No further questions, Your Honor. Prosecution calls ballistics expert. The casings recovered match rifling from a ghost gun recovered from an associate's residence. Same make, model modifications. Defense objects, chain of custody. Overruled. Expert continues. Probability of random match 1 in 3.2 million. Jury murmurs. Looks bad, but defense counters with their digital forensics guy, a bearded dude in glasses who looks more like a hacker than a witness. He clicks through slides. The ring cam footage shows compression artifacts inconsistent with direct export from ring servers. Timestamps off by 0.8 seconds. Metadata embedded incorrectly. This file was re-encoded at least twice, possibly more. Someone tampered with it. Prosecutor objects speculation. Judge allows. Defense zooms in on the shooter's wrist. Notice the tattoo here. Mr. Gowden's known wrist tattoo is a rose with specific shading. This one has different line weight, different fade. Either he got it redone overnight or this is not him. Jury leans forward. One juror even takes notes. Momentum shifting. Next witness, a surprise. The eyewitness from the news interview, the one who said no limp. He's on the stand now, hoodie off, face visible. Young, scared but steady. I was there. I seen the shooter. Same height, same build, but walk different. Youngboy got that lil hitch from when he got shot in the leg back in 2023. This dude walked clean, no hitch. Prosecution tries to discredit. You were high that night, correct? He nods. Yeah, but I know what I saw. Defense smiles. Thank you. Then the photo on the body. Forensics analyst testifies it's a picture of Kentrell in juvenile court, red X over his face. The paper type matches standard printer paper found in the defendant's home during search. Defense brings their own expert. Ink analysis shows the red marker used is a brand discontinued in 2021. Mr. Gowden's home had no such markers. Age of the ink suggests the photo was prepared weeks if not months earlier. This was planted. Days drag. Witnesses pile up. Jailhouse informants claiming Kentrell confessed in the yard. Defense impeaches everyone, showing plea deals, reduced sentences. One admits on cross. They told me if I helped they'd drop my charges. Jury rolls eyes. Closing arguments come fast. Prosecutor passionate. This man rapped about violence, glorified it, lived it. When the streets came for his family, he chose murder over the law. 4 people dead. 4 families broken. Don't let lyrics be an excuse. Hold him accountable. Defense calm, measured. The state built a house of cards on shaky videos, shaky witnesses, shaky motives. They need you to ignore the doubt, because without doubt their case collapses. Kentrell Gowden is a man who's made mistakes, but he is not a murderer. Not this time. Not these victims. Give him his life back. Jury deliberates 4 days. Courthouse steps become a camp. Fans sleeping in tents, holding vigils. Media 24/7. On the 4th day word comes. Verdict reached. Everyone files back in. Kentrell stands head high now. Judge asks foreperson to read. On the count of first-degree murder, count 1, we the jury find the defendant not guilty. Gasps. Sherhonda collapses into Teely's arms. Count 2 not guilty. Count 3 not guilty. Count 4 not guilty. Courtroom erupts. Cheers, sobs. Bailiffs try to quiet. Kentrell drops his head, tears falling free now. He looks to his mama, mouths, thank you. She nods, crying too. Outside chaos. Fans rush the barriers, police push back. Kentrell walks out flanked by lawyers' family. First time in public since the arrest. He stops at the steps, looks at the crowd. Raises one fist. 4 knots forever. Crowd roars. Cameras flash like lightning. But the story doesn't end clean. Victims' families hold their own presser. One mother speaks, voice breaking. Not guilty don't mean innocent. My son's still gone. Somebody still took him. Questions linger. Who really pulled the trigger? Was it a setup? Did Kentrell know more than he said? The streets whisper different names now. Old beefs rekindled. New threats surface. Kentrell goes home that night. Posts one IG story, black screen, white text. God got me. Thank y'all for writing. New music soon. Stay safe. Views hit 200 million in hours. The internet moves on to the next drama, but Baton Rouge remembers. 4 graves stay fresh. One man walks free but change. And somewhere in the shadows the real shooter, if it wasn't him, still breathes easy. For now, the saga closes but the scars stay open. Hip-hop got its star back. The families got justice denied. And the world keeps watching, waiting for the next chapter, because with Kentrell Gowden there's always a next chapter. Always. The not guilty verdict hits like a bomb that never fully detonates. Baton Rouge exhales for 1 second, then inhales deeper chaos. Kentrell walks down those courthouse steps, fist raised, 4 knots, chants shaking the air like thunder. Camera angle, his mama hugging him so tight it looks painful. Teely wiping tears with both hands, his kids. Some old enough to understand, some too young. Rushing the barriers, deputies holding them back, gentle. He stops, kisses the air toward them, mouths, Daddy home soon. The crowd loses it. Phones up, recording every heartbeat. But victory feels hollow fast. Victims' families hold their press conference across the street same day. 4 mothers, 4 fathers, siblings, cousins, all lined up, faces carved from grief. One mother, the one whose son was the civilian just walking home, speaks first, voice raw like sandpaper. A piece of paper, don't bring my baby back. Not guilty don't mean nothing when I still set a plate for him every night. Somebody know who did this. Somebody looking at us right now. She points toward the courthouse. Cameras pan quick. The crowd quiets. Another father steps up. We watched that video too. We saw the face. We heard the words, tell Youngboy sent you. Court say it ain't him, fine. But God watching. And karma don't need no jury. They release doves, 4 white birds flapping into the sky like unanswered prayers. Social media splits again. Some call it class act, others say it's guilt-tripping the public. Kentrell disappears for weeks. No parties, no club appearances, no victory lap IG lives. Just quiet. Insiders say he's at his mama's house, low-key, doors locked, blinds down, kids around him all day. He's writing music non-stop, notebooks filled, pages torn out, crumpled. One affiliate leaks, he ain't celebrating. He grieving too. For them boys, for his name, for the time he lost. Fans respect it, post supportive messages flood his comments. Take your time, king. Heal first. We waiting on you. But the streets don't wait. Whispers start slow then loud. Names float. One particular set from the other side of Baton Rouge starts flexing heavy. New chains, new cars, new music videos shot in the same alley where it happened. One track drops with lines, 4 down felt like 400, we still standing. Views skyrocket but comments warzone. 4 knots, fans flooded with skulls, middle fingers, threats. Retaliation videos pop up, masked dudes riding slow past known spots. Tension thick enough to slice. Police increase patrols, but everybody knows Baton Rouge beefs don't end with verdicts. Then the first real twist, post-trial. 3 weeks after release, a new video surfaces. Not cell phone this time. Professional quality drone footage, shaky but clear. Same alley, same night, different angle, high up. It catches the shooter approaching from the opposite end, hoodie up, chain glinting. But right before the shots, the drone pans quick, catches a second figure in the shadows across the street watching. Tall, slim, phone out, filming. Zoom in, grainy, but the posture, the way he holds the phone, unmistakable to fans who've studied every live. It's one of Kentrell's own closest day ones, the one always in the background of every picture. The one who posted, "We missin' one," right after the original clip dropped. Internet reignites. Wait, he was there too? Was he the lookout? Or the one who set it up? Theories explode. Some say the whole thing was internal beef, Kentrell caught in the crossfire, framed by his own circle. Others say the second figure was planting the second camera, making sure the world saw exactly what they wanted. The drone video gets dissected frame by frame. Timestamps match the ring cam. Metadata shows it was uploaded from an iPhone registered to a burner account. Nobody claims it, it just exists now like a ghost. Kentrell finally breaks silence. First IG live in months. Room dim, just him in a black hoodie, chain tucked, no smile. Background music low, unreleased beat. He speaks slow, measured. Y'all know what it is. I went through hell. Lost time, lost peace, lost pieces of me. But God brought me through. I ain't gonna speak on what happened that night out of respect for them families. They hurting same as mine. But know this, I never took no life that wasn't trying to take mine or mines. That's all I'ma say. The rest gon' come out when it's time. New tape droppin' soon. This one different. This one realer. Thank y'all for holding me down. 4 knots till I die. Live ends abrupt. No cue and a no flexing. Comments disabled, but the clip gets reposted millions of times. Fans cry in reaction videos, say, "He sound different, healed different." Others hear coded confession. "Wasn't trying to take mine or mines," meaning self-defense or protection. Streets interpret it their way. Beef cools for a minute, respect given to the man who beat the case. Months pass. Kentrell drops the album. Title simple. Still healing. No features, all him. Tracks raw, therapy on wax. One song, Alley Shadows, speaks in riddles. Seen the flash before I heard the name, felt the weight before I caught the blame. No direct admission, no denial, just pain. Streams shatter records, first week 300 million. Charts dominated. Critics call it his best work, his most vulnerable. Grammy buzz starts even though the shadow of the case lingers. But the unresolved hangs heavy. No arrest for the real shooter, if it wasn't him. Police close the case. Insufficient evidence to pursue additional suspects. Families file civil suits against Kentrell, wrongful death, emotional distress. Lawyers say they're long shots, but the filings keep the wound open. One mother does a podcast, says, "I don't want money. I want answers." He knows something. He was there. Kentrell keeps moving. Tours start small venues first, then arenas. Every show opens with a moment of silence, 4 empty chairs on stage lit by single spots. He never mentions the case on mic, but the chairs say enough. Crowds respect it. Some nights he breaks down mid-song, tears fall, fans sing the hook for him. It's cathartic, messy, real. Years later the saga becomes legend. Kids in Baton Rouge still ride past that alley point. That where YB beat the murder rap. Documentaries get made, Netflix specials, YouTube deep dives. The 17-second clip still circulates, still gets taken down, still reappears. Every few months a new angle leaks, new witness, speaks new theory trends. Kentrell never comments again. He lets the music talk. In the end, the biggest twist isn't who pulled the trigger. It's how one clip, one moment, one stare into the lens turned a rapper into a myth, a villain, a hero, a ghost all at once. Families still grieve, streets still whisper, fans still stream, and somewhere Kentrell Gowden still writes, still records, still protects his own. The verdict said not guilty. The world still asks, but why does it feel like nobody really won? The screen fades to black, just like that night in the alley. Only this time no gunshots. Just silence, heavy loaded silence, and the echo of a voice that refuses to die. Tell them Youngboy sent you. End of story. For now, the dust from the verdict never really settles. Baton Rouge keeps breathing heavy like it's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Kentrell stays low for the rest of 2026. No award shows, no red carpets, no beef responses. Just studio time, family time, and silence that speaks louder than any diss track ever could. Insiders leak he's buying up property outside the city, quiet acres, fences, high security gates tall enough to block the world out. Neighbors say blacked out Escalades roll in and out at odd hours, but nobody sees faces. The myth grows without him feeding it. Early 2027, the first real crack appears. A podcast drops, anonymous guest voice changed deep like they ran it through 3 filters. Dude claims he was in the alley that night, not shooting, just posted up. It wasn't YB. I seen the whole thing. Shooter came from the cut opposite side. Face covered but build wrong. Too stocky. YB slim as hell back then. After the pops, the shooter jogged to a gray Charger idling with no plates. Passenger door opened fast. They peeled. Whole thing planned like clockwork. Host presses. Why now? Guest laughs bitter. Cause the feds still sniffing around my people. And somebody gotta say it before another innocent catches heat. Episode gets pulled from every platform in 24 hours, but mirrors live forever on Telegram, Rumble, BitChute. Downloads hit millions. Fans call it the missing puzzle piece. Skeptics call it clout chasing. Kentrell doesn't bite, doesn't comment, but 2 weeks later he drops a single out of nowhere. No rollout, no features, no video. Just ghosts in the alley, hitting DSP midnight. Beat eerie piano keys, slow 808s, heartbeat drums. First verse hits hard. They painted me villain with 17 seconds, but the shadows talk louder when the camera don't catch it. I was close enough to smell the cordite, but my hands clean. Mama swear on my life, they wanted a body, they got 4 instead. Now the streets sing my name like I'm already dead, but I breathe different now. God rewrote the script, tell the reaper I ain't ready for that trip. Chorus simple repeating, ghosts don't shoot, ghosts don't bleed. But they sure know how to make an asterisk 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 a bleed. No direct admission, no denial, just enough to make everybody question again. Streams explode, TikTok sounds take over, edits layer the original clip with his new vocals creating chills. Reaction channels do 8-hour breakdowns. One popular one ends with, "This ain't a diss. This a diary entry." Streets react different. That gray Charger description starts circulating in group chats. Old heads remember a similar whip popping up around certain corners back in 2025. One name keeps resurfacing. A mid-level player from the opposing side who vanished right after the verdict. Rumors say he got paid to take the fall look, then dipped to ATL or Houston or further. Some say he's 6 feet under now, courtesy of his own people cleaning loose ends. Nobody confirms. Bodies don't talk. Victims' families file appeals on the civil suits. One gets traction. Judge allows discovery into Kentrell's phone, records location data again. Defense fights hard, but judge says, truth don't expire with acquittal. Depositions start. Kentrell shows up suited, quiet, respectful. Lawyers say he answers every question straight, no dodging. Leaks from the sessions trickle out. One claims he admitted, "I knew it was coming. They sent word weeks before. I tried to handle it peaceful, but peaceful don't work when they want blood." Another says he cried during break talking about his kids. They ask why daddy was gone. "I couldn't tell them, somebody wanted to hurt us, so I had to stay away." No smoking gun, but enough emotion to humanize him in the public eye again. 2028 rolls in. Kentrell does his first real interview since everything. Not TMZ, not Complex. A small Baton Rouge YouTube channel nobody expected. Host a local barber who's known him since he was 12. Set simple, 2 chairs in the back room, clippers buzzing low. Kentrell sits, hoodie up, chain out, eyes steady. Host asks soft, "Was it worth it?" Kentrell pauses long. "Nothing about that night was worth it. 4 mamas crying, 4 daddies broken, 4 kids growing up without somebody. I carry that every day. But I also carry knowing my kids still got they daddy. That's the only part that keeps me from losing my mind. Host, you ever think about saying more? Clearing your name complete? Kentrell shakes head slow. Some things you can't clear. People gon' believe what they wanna believe. I know what happened. God knows. The streets know enough. Speaking more just feeds the vultures. I'm tryna live now, not relive. Host, the music though. It's different. Kentrell smiles small, first time in the whole sit down. Had to be. Couldn't keep rapping like I was still in that alley. Had to grow or die trying. Clip goes mega viral. Millions watch in hours. Comments flood. He sound at peace. This the realest he ever been. Free him from the past. Even some from the other side post respect emojis, no hate. Rare. Album after album drops. Each one peels another layer. Sales climb but he never chases numbers. Tours sell out but he keeps venues midsize, no stadiums. Every show ends the same. Lights dim, 4 empty chairs on stage, he stands in front, bows head silent for 30 seconds. Crowd stays quiet, respect. Then the beat drops and the night continues. Years blur. 2030 comes. Kentrell 30-something now, kids, teenagers, some in college. He's still making music, still moving careful, still ghost when he needs to be. The alley gets repaved, new streetlights, no more shadows to hide in. But people still point when they drive by. That's where it happened. One day a documentary team gets rare access. Kentrell agrees to one sit down. Gray hair starting at the temples, eyes calm like still water. They ask the question everybody still wants answered. Did you do it? Long pause. He looks straight into camera. I did what I had to do to protect what was mine. The rest, that's between me, the grave, and God. No more words. Screen cuts to black. Credits roll over, unreleased vocals, soft, haunting. The world never gets the full truth. Maybe it never will, but the legend keeps growing. Not as a killer, not as a victim, but as a man who walked through fire, came out scarred, still standing, still creating, still breathing. And somewhere in Baton Rouge late at night when the streets get quiet, you can still hear the echo. 4 shots, 1 stare, a voice that refuses to fade. Tell them Youngboy sent you. Fade out. The verdict echoed through the courtroom like a final bar in a never-ending track. Not guilty on all counts. 4 times. The words hung in the air, heavy, unreal, almost cruel in their simplicity. Kentrell Gowden, NBA Youngboy, stood motionless at first, shoulders squared, eyes locked on nothing in particular. Then the dam broke. Shirhonda collapsed forward, hands covering her face, shoulders shaking with sobs that sounded like they'd been trapped for years. Teely grabbed her, held her tight while tears streamed down her own cheeks. The kids in the gallery, his babies, some barely understanding, others old enough to feel the weight, rushed the rail. Deputies stepping aside just enough to let small hands reach through and touch him. He knelt, pressed his forehead to the barrier, whispered something only they could hear. The courtroom dissolved into noise. Cheers from one side, stunned silence from the other, gavels banging for order that never really came. Outside, the steps turned into a battlefield of emotion. Fans surged against police lines chanting, YB, 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 like it was a war cry and a prayer at once. Signs waved high. God got him. They tried to bury us, but we seeds, not guilty means innocent. Across the street, the victims' families stood in a tight knot, faces carved from stone and sorrow. One mother held up a photo of her son, voice cracking over a bullhorn. This paper don't bring my baby back. It don't wipe the blood off that alley. Somebody still gotta answer. Doves released again, 4 this time, circling once before disappearing into the gray Louisiana sky. The contrast was brutal. Celebration on one side, mourning on the other, separated by yellow tape and armed officers. Kentrell emerged last, flanked by his lawyer and family, hoodie up, chain tucked, eyes hidden behind dark shades. He paused at the top of the steps, scanned the crowd, then raised one fist, slow and deliberate. The roar that answered shook windows blocks away. He didn't speak, didn't need to. The raised fist said everything. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I'm still 4 knots. The ride home was quiet. Blacked out SUVs rolling slow through Baton Rouge streets that felt different now. People lined sidewalks, phones up, some crying, some saluting, some just staring like they were witnessing a ghost come back to life. Inside, the compound gates finally closed behind him. Shirhonda cooked his favorite, red beans, rice, cornbread, smothered pork chops. Like nothing had changed and everything had. Kids piled on him, laughing, crying, hugging all at once. For the first time in months, he smiled, real, small but real. That night he posted one thing. Black screen, white text, simple, God don't make mistakes. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the love. Thank you for believing when nobody else did. New music loading. Healing loading. Life loading. 4 knots forever. The post hit 200 million views before sunrise. Comments flooded. Prayers, love, tears, even some from unlikely corners. Respect, you beat the odds. Keep shining, king. The internet moved fast as always, but for once it paused long enough to feel something deeper than drama. Weeks turned to months. Kentrell stayed low. No victory lap interviews. No club takeovers. Just family, studio, church on Sundays. He started mentoring younger kids from the block, ones who looked at him like he was Superman now. Stay out the way, he told them. Make the music do the talking. Some listened. Some didn't. That's the streets. The album finally dropped, still standing. No features, no skits, just him raw over beats that felt like confessions set to 808s. Tracks like 4 Empty Chairs, Alley Prayers, God's Timing. No direct mention of the case, but every bar carried the weight. Fans dissected every line. Critics called it a masterpiece. Streams shattered records, but he never chased the numbers. He just kept creating. The unresolved questions linger like smoke that never quite clears. Who really pulled the trigger? Was it a setup from the start? Did he know more than he let on? The streets whispered different endings every night. Some say the real shooter got handled quiet. Some say he's still out there breathing easy. The families still grieve. Civil suits drag on. Justice feels incomplete on both sides. But Kentrell keeps moving forward. Tours start small then grow. Every arena show opens the same, lights down. 4 empty chairs center stage. Single spotlight on each. 30 seconds of silence. Crowd stays quiet, respect. Then he steps out, mic up, voice steady. This for the ones who ain't here no more. This for the ones still fighting. This for y'all who held me down when the world tried to bury me. The beat drops. The night erupts, and for 2 hours he pours everything out. Pain, gratitude, survival, redemption. The saga that started with 17 seconds of shaky footage ends not with closure, but with continuation. Because stories like his don't end clean. They just evolve. Scars fade but never disappear. Legends grow but never stop bleeding a little. And somewhere in Baton Rouge, late at night, when the city quiets and the streetlights hum, you can still feel it. The echo of 4 pops. The weight of a stare into the lens. The voice that refused to break. Tell them Youngboy sent you. But now it's whispered different. Not as a threat, as a promise. I'm still here. I'm still creating. I'm still breathing. Hey, if this roller coaster had you locked in from that first viral clip to the final verdict, smash that like button right now. It helps more people find these stories. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next chapter, because trust me, with Kentrell there's always another chapter. Drop in the comments. Do you believe the not guilty was justice, or does it still feel unfinished? Team innocent? Team setup? Team something else? Let me know your take below. I read every single one. Turn on notifications. We got more heat coming. Stay locked in. 4 knots. Peace.